right, guys, welcome back to the Fighter's Eye podcast. Last week we had UFC Vegas 108, Tyra versus Park. We went 9-3 on predictions. We ain't do too bad. We didn't do too bad at all. Mateusz Rebecki, not really ever picking him to win the fight again. Don't know what he was doing. He had a horrible could easily beat Chris Duncan, but he did it. It's all good. Shout out Chris Duncan. But this weekend we got UFC Vegas 109, Dolidze versus Hernandez, banger main event in my opinion, and we're gonna be breaking down all the fights on the card from early prelims to main event, and just give my prediction breakdown. I'm working on some interviews again. Got some interviews coming up, working it out, and when I get it all done, I'll let y'all know. Let's get into the card. First fight: Gabriela Fernandez versus Julia Stoliarenko. Um, I'm assuming Fernandez is a big favorite. Yep, she's a 4-1 favorite. 31. Stoliarenko's 32. I'm picking Fernandez by TKO. It's women's MMA, so probably might go to decision. But Julia Stoliarenko is 11-8-1. She's 32. She has a reach advantage in this, but she's not good. I don't think she's UFC level. She beat Molly McCann. She was losing that fight up to then, and then got an armbar. Literally, 91% of her wins are by submission, and it's damn near all armbars. Yeah, it's like all armbar, 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 armbar. Literally all her submission wins are armbars. And she has some decision losses. She lost to Pandy Kianze in an exhibition. Not the worst loss on the Ultimate Fighter. Yana Santos isn't a bad loss. Julia Avila, she got submitted by Alexis Davis. That's an alright loss, I guess. Chelsea Chandler got knocked out by in the first round. That's not good. And Luna Carolina, she got KO'd by a year and a half ago. So she hasn't fought in a long time. She's 2-6 in the UFC. Most of her losses come by knockout. And Gabriel Fernandez is a big win over Wang Kong. Came in a big underdog in China, I believe last August it was. No, October. November. It was November. Sorry. It was on the Jan versus Figueiredo card. She's never been finished. All three of her losses are by decision. She lost to Teresa Belida. That's not the best loss. Jasmine Judavicius is an okay. It's a pretty good loss. We can take that. And then Myra Silva early in her career. But she has wins over Carly Judice, who we just seen get a KO win. Oh, that was on my birthday last year. Oh, okay, on 2024. But yeah, we just seen Carly Judice get a nice win on UFC 318. Wayne Kong has been really good. Gabriel Fernandez losing that fight up to the feet, clipped her, dropped her, and then got her rear naked choke. Beautiful submission. And now she's come back after some time off with Julia Steranko, and I think she's gonna win by the TKO round 1 or 2. Stoliarenko's striking is not good. Her grappling is all right. Her winning is the armbar. If she gets the armbar, that's her perfect chance to win. But Fernandez can grapple. She can strike okay. She has good submissions. I think she's better everywhere. I mean, 20% are wins by knockout, 40 by submission, 40 by decision. So she has so she has more submissions. Or she has more no, excuse me. She has more knockouts than Julia Steranko. She has less submissions because all Stoliarenko's wins are by freaking submission, and that's cool. She has a really good armbar. If you get locked in the armbar, she's gonna break it or you're gonna tap. All right, but that's it. That's all Fernandez has to look out for. I'm picking her by TKO. She obviously has power on the feet. She clipped Wang Kong right on the chin with a counter shot, dropped her pretty bad. Got on the back. Wang Kong tried to scramble up the feet too quick and got rear naked choked. Choked out cold. She got put out cold by. She didn't tap. She choked out cold. So I think this is a very, very easy win for Gabriel Fernandez. And I think she deserves a top 15 opponent if she can come out here and finish Julia Steranko. That's 2 finishes in a row. Wang Kong and Julia Steranko. I say give her a top 15. Someone like Casey O'Neill. Someone like that. But yeah, give me Gabriela Fernandez, excuse me. Next fight, Uros Medic versus Gilbert Urbina, excuse me. Medic is a 3-1 favorite, almost a 4-1 favorite. He's older by 3 years. And I'm actually gonna pick him by round 1 knockout. Urbina's not bad. His losses are not bad. Carlos Prates, he got KO'd by. Prates is good. And then Charles Radke, pretty alright. He got knocked out by him too. And then Brian Battle, he got submitted by. Brian Battle's pretty decent. Trishan Gore, he got knocked out by. Not the best. Not the. Oh, did he not fight Protest? I could have sworn he fought Protest. I could have sworn Gabriel Urbina fought Protest. Anyway, lost to Sean Brady in LFA in the main event. So yeah, he went the decision with Sean Brady though. But yeah, in his last 4 fights, he's been finished in 3 of them, 2 by knockout. He has a knockout himself back in May 2023. He KO'd some dude, Euron Chorus. I don't know who that is, but he KO'd him with a front kick to the body. He's got a tough test coming in here, dude. I'm not gonna lie. He's been out since February 2023 or 2024. Excuse me. He's been out for a long time. He was meant to fight Mike Malott back in July of 2024. He pulled out. I think Mike Malott would have KO'd him or submitted. I think he would dust it up. Gilbert Urbina. Fighting Urs Medic, 10-3, with 80% of his wins coming by knockout. He's never been to decision. He's never won and never lost by decision. He's either finishing someone or getting finished. His last fight back in January, he got cleanly KO'd by Pulaheli Soriano in 30 seconds. Before that, he KO'd Tim Means. Before that, he got submitted by McDebuck Orbai, who's not bad at all. And before that, he KO'd Matthew Somersberger. So he's 2-2 in his last 4. I think he's going to come in here. I think he's going to sleep Gilbert Urbina. Urbina does not have good defense. He has all right grappling. If Urbina wins, it's by decision. He just grapples his way to decision. And, Euros Mendes has all right takedown defense. It's not bad, but it's not like, it's not like an elite level. It's decent. And if he can stop the takedowns for Urbina early, that's gonna have Urbina's gonna be think about that he can't take him down. He's got to strike with him. He's got to stay technical. He's gonna overextend on somebody eventually, and I think Euro's just gonna put him down, ground and pound TKO. I'm gonna say round 2. Um, yeah, Euros Medic doesn't really get first round finishes. Um, he got finished in the first round his last fight, and before that he KO'd Tim Means in the first round, but that's Tim Means. He's old. And he was losing that round up to that point. He was getting outstruck by Tim Means, which is not a good look. But I think he's going to come in here, boom, uppercut, lead hook, something in close, because Urbina doesn't have a good chin. If you touch the corner of the chin, he's going to go down. And I do believe Urbina is longer in reach. He has a 4-inch reach advantage, and he's 2 inches taller. I think he's just gonna try to stick jabs, stick the jabs, stick the long shots, front kicks to the body, calf kicks, that type of stuff. And I think eventually in the first round, maybe in the second, you're just gonna be able to slip in, boom, 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 rip a combination and put out Urbina. Probably against the cage, I could see. Because I do believe Urbina got put out against the cage against Charles Radke. That's who it was, Charles Radke. So I think he's just gonna be able to slip shots, keep the pressure, get in close. Urbina's gonna be on the cage trying to back off, bop, 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 and he's just gonna put out Urbina. Round 1, round 2. I'm gonna see round 2. Give him the benefit of the doubt, but I don't see this fight ever going to the decision. I think Euro's just gonna get him out there, and yeah, give me Euro's matches by KO round 2. Next fight, Jocelyn Edwards versus Priscilla Cachoeira. Female fight, but I'm looking forward to it. Not even gonna lie to you. Jocelyn Edwards, when she first came in the UFC, she didn't have good grappling. She was a long, rangy, dang, kind of like Protez, but she isn't as exciting. Just sticking front kicks to the body, sticking jabs, sticking jabs. If you're getting close to the land of elbow, she'll get the clinch and land a knee to the head. She didn't really want to take chances. She didn't have good grappling, but now she's out here submitting people. She's out here knocking people out cold. Her last fight in Kansas City, KO'd Chelsea Chandler, which she's got an all right chin. So that was good work by Jocelyn Edwards. Priscilla Cachoeira, she's 36. She's been a little iffy in her UFC career. Her last fight, Josie, she's fighting at 125. She needed to move up. She moved at 135. Fought Josiana Nunes. I picked Nunes by KO. I was so wrong. Priscilla Cachoeira slapped her, dude. Just in range. Boom. Put her out. It was nasty. But Jocelyn Edwards is coming in here 1 inch taller, younger. Got a 5-inch reach advantage. She's the -250 favorite, and I'm gonna pick her by decision. I don't see her finishing Priscilla Cachoeira. If somebody's gonna finish, I think it's Cachoeira by KO. Cause she hits like a truck, dude. For a female fighter, She hits you clean, you're going down, or you're going straight to sleep. Maybe Jocelyn Edwards can get like a late submission on the ground if she implements grappling, which I think she should. But Jocelyn's never been KO'd. She's only been submitted one time. Pretty much all her losses are by decision. Most of her wins are by knockout. She's 6-4 in the UFC. She has wins over Chelsea Chandler, over what's her name, Ji-Young Kim. That was a while ago. She lost to Carl Rosa. Carl Rosa just won as an underdog in the last weekend. Nora Connolly isn't a bad loss. Adeline Perez is not a bad loss, and that was over a year ago. Same with the Nora Connolly thing. She's on a 2-fight win streak, a submission win. She came in overweight, but a submission win and a knockout win. She was meant to fight Mara Benasilva, which would have been a more difficult fight, but I honestly would have picked Jocelyn by TKO, just because Mara fought at 125, got dominated, now coming back up to 135. It's just not going to help the body. If you're 135, you cut weight to go 125, you realize 125 is too small, and you go back up, your body's going to be all over the place. And that's why she pulled out with an injury. And I think she was just going to KO Myra. So, yeah, I got to go Jocelyn by decision. I'm going to say 30-27s, maybe 29-28. If Priscilla can get going in the feet early, and Jocelyn, she pressures Jocelyn, hits her with some shots, makes her go on defense, makes her shell up. But I think once Jocelyn finds the range and finds the leg kicks and the body kicks, the front kicks to the body, the 1-2s, when they're getting closer, she's able to land knees to the head in the clinch and uppercuts. Then I think that's Jocelyn's fight. Plus, wrestling, Priscilla does not have good takedown defense. So Jocelyn can keep her, and keep pushing her back with range and get her against the cage and shoot in doubles. I think she could really win this fight. I'm going to go 29-28 decision for Jocelyn Edwards. She keeps her ranking in the top 15. And then rebook the Myra Buena-Silva fight. Give Jocelyn that fight next. And yeah, give me Jocelyn Edwards. So that was a lengthy breakdown for a women's fight. Next fight, Toshikami Kazuma. Toshimiya Kazumaya. I know this kid. I don't know his name. He's from Japan. Versus Elijah Smith. I'm going to Elijah Smith by TKO. He's minus 515. Jeez, he's 22 and he's a minus 515 favorite. Don't like that. But he's 1-0 in the UFC. Fought Vince Morales in his debut. I thought he lost. Not even gonna lie to you. Didn't think he won. His one loss is by KO. So that's not too good. But I mean, Contender Series got a good decision win. Then he got before that first round KO. Before that first round KO. Before that a decision, a submission, and then he got knocked out in round 3. But right now he's on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fight win streak. So I just think he has the momentum coming in. I don't know how to. I already know I butchered this kid's name, but Kazama is not good. He's 11-4. He's chinny. He got slept by Rinya Nakamura. He's never lost by decision or by submission, but most of his losses are by 75% of his losses are by KO. He got KO by Garrett Armfield right after, and then his last fight in August of 2024. All right, so yeah, all right. Anyway, he fought some Sharma Lopez Garigurao. Bro, I don't know how to say the name, but he almost got knocked out, and then he got a triangle choke submission. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the dude's name, but he submitted the dude in round 2. But he's gotten flying knee KO'd on the amateurs. Yeah, it's not looking good for him. I gotta go Elijah Smith by KO. I'm gonna say round 1. Kazatma does not know how to be defensive. He swings like this. No hands up. Swings punches like it's a brawl. Like he's in a street fight. He's gonna get slapped, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's gonna get absolutely chinned through at some point in this fight. Elijah Smith has power in his punch. We didn't see it against Vince Morales because Vince Morales is a good veteran. He's actually underrated. Almost submitted Raul Rosas Jr. in his last fight back in March, which nobody remembers. But yeah, Vince Morales is good. Almost submitted Elijah Smith and almost submitted Raul Rosas Jr. He's damn pretty good, and it's impressive that Elijah Smith came in there and won the fight. Even though it was by decision, it's still impressive that he did that against someone like Vince Morales. And I think this is a layup fight. Minus 515, 5-1 favorite. He's going to come out here and KO Kazatma. I'm not even trying to say his name, full name. But yeah, he's KOing him. I'm just going to say a straight shot to the pipe. boom, like a 1-2 or just a pullback 2, something like that. And I think he's gonna sleep him. And I think he's gonna get a performance bonus. I think he's gonna be a clean KO. Elijah Smith is pretty damn good for 22 years old. I think he has a bright future at bantamweight, and I'm gonna pick him by round 1 KO. So give me Elijah Smith. Next fight, Julius Walker versus Rafael Sequeira. I can't believe I ever picked Rafael Sequeira to win a fight in the UFC. Fought Ibo Aslan back in October. Got hit one time and quit. Shot up against the cage and got TKO'd. And then his last fight, Modestus Bukauskas, back in February in Seattle, just got chinned. Like 2-3 minutes in, just got brutally slept, like badly, like slept out cold sitting up. It was brutal. He's fighting Julius Walker, 6-1. He's a 6-1 favorite. We have a lot of heavy favorites on this card. I will say this: Julius Walker is not bad. He's 0-1 in the UFC, but he fought Alonzo Metafield, who's like the number 15 or 14 ranked contender at light heavyweight, in his debut on like a week's notice, maybe something like that, and went to a split decision, dude. When that third round ended, I literally went, "Oh my God, Julius Walker might have just freaking beat a top 15 opponent." He didn't. But Julius Walker's gas tank didn't look bad for short notice. His grappling looked all right. His takedowns, Metafield stopped most of them. But the striking looked good. He was able to, like, Alonzo Metafield hits hard. And he was able to wobble Metafield. He was able to strike with him. And Sequeira should not be in the UFC. I believe he fought in a Brazilian promotion where his coach or his manager was, like, the one that owned the promotion. They gave him a bunch of layup fights so that he can get highlight reel KOs, and it worked. He was undefeated 11-0, and then he got knocked out by Ibo Aslan, who just lost a little over a week ago, and then he got knocked out by Modestus Bukauskas. So, yeah, he's not good. He's probably going to go back to that same thing once he gets cut and knock out a bunch of bums, and yeah. I'm picking Julius Walker by KO. I mean, dude, he had 3 canceled fights before the UFC. He was meant to fight Yoran Sadibaldiev, who's also in the UFC. I think Yoran would have slept him on the regionals. Thank God for him that fight got canceled. But yeah, gotta go Julius Walker. By KO, round 1. He's been KO'd in round 1 the past 2 fights. Nothing's changed. He's alright grappling. Does Sequeira, I mean, most of his wins by combine finish. So yeah, I mean 73% of his wins come by KO, 18 by submission. So yeah. But he's been knocked down in both his losses in the UFC. And I'm gonna say he's getting knocked out again. He's just a quitter. I hate saying that, but like he got hit one time clean against Ebo. It was like, nope, I don't want none of this. Covered up, lost his UFC debut, came back in February, and didn't quit. I mean, he landed some good calf kicks and a good boxing combo on Modestus, but got put against the cage and chinned. So yeah, I think Julius Walker's going to get him out here by TKO. I'm not going to say he puts him out cold, but I think Julius is going to clip him on the feet, take him down, get to a dominant position, rain, ground, and pound late round 1 and get him out there. And I also think he could get a performance bonus. I think this is going to be a Julius Walker fight. I think he's going to control his fight. I think he's going to take him down, ground and pound him. I think he's going to wobble him on the feet. And if Sequeira comes through and KOs Walker or beats him, respect. That's actually a decent win. But yeah, I don't think he is. Yeah, Juice Walker was a champion on the regionals as well, so I think he's gonna come in here and KO Rafael Sequeira, and then we can kick Sequeira out the UFC and give Julius Walker someone right outside the top 15. I actually think he's quite good, so yeah, give me Julius Walker by KO. I'm picking a lot of people by KO. I just realized 4 of my 5 predictions so far have been by TKO or KO. Next fight, feature prelim, I think. Yeah, Eric Anders versus Christian Leroy Duncan. Leroy Duncan's a -575 favorite. Um, man, Eric Anders, I believe, was the first or second UFC fighter ever interviewed. Him and Tuco Tokos were the first two. Picked Tuco Tokos, he won. Gotta go Leroy Duncan, dude. I'm gonna go Leroy Duncan by decision. Um, Eric Anders is 38 years old, dude. He's 1 inch shorter. Duncan has a 4-inch reach advantage. Um, Before I break it down, I hope Eric Anders wins. I hope I'm wrong. I like Eric Anders, humble dude. Interviewed with me right after training, super nice guy. But and he's on a career revival. He went out there and KO'd Chris Weidman in Madison Square Garden in his last fight. He's only been knocked out once, only submitted once. 6 of his 8 losses are by decision, man. And most of his wins are by knockout. So, yeah, went out there, KO'd. Oh, that was at 310, my bad. 310. In T-Mobile. KO'd Chris. It was meant for 309. Went out there, KO'd Chris Weidman, beat Charles Radke in the grappling, has a win over Jamie Pickett. It was a boring fight, but still win. Beat Chris Dawkins in a grappling match. Had a war with Marc-Andre Barrios, a very fun fight. He lost. Lost to Joe Piper in grappling. And also KO'd Kyle Dawkins in an MMA fight. Lost to Jung Young Park by split decision. Split decision. That's good. Jung Young Park is really good. Lost to Andre Muniz. Muniz isn't bad. Lost to Kursai. Jocko isn't bad. I mean, bro, he has a win over Jared Mearshart. Went to a decision with Khalil Roundtree. Went to a 5-round decision with Lyoto Machida, bro. And his in his third UFC fight, bro. 5 rounds with Lyoto Machida, man. He's good. Eric Ander's good. And Duncan is not. Duncan has all right takedown defense, but if you can take him down, he's a fish out of water. He doesn't really. We saw it against what's it called, the Gregory Rodriguez fight last July, and he's coming off a boring win over Andre Puliev, who we just saw last week in KO. Nick Klein, unfortunately, which Nick Klein won, but yeah, Duncan has had a really easy route in the UFC. Dusko Todorovic is not good, and he won by injury. This Tuluan, not even in the UFC. Claudio Ribeiro, not even in the UFC. Andre Puliev is 1-1. And the two decent guys that he's actually fought, he lost to. Armin Petrosian, he lost. Rodriguez, he lost. If he beats Eric Anders, this is the biggest win. And I think he will by decision. I'm going to say 29-28 decision. I was going to say he's going to out-technical Eric Anders. I'm not expecting a war. Not expecting anybody KO'd. I think Eric Anders could have some grappling success late in the fight. Because Leroy Duncan does gas out, which is why I could see Eric Anders winning a split decision. But I think the first 2 rounds, Christian Leroy Duncan is just gonna be able to outbox him, kickbox him, outwork him in the clinch. And I think Eric Anders is gonna be down 2 rounds, and I think he's just gonna be like, man, I need this win. If I get knocked out, cool. I'm gonna risk it all. And I actually think he's gonna have success. I think he could start touching Leroy Duncan, and I think he'll be able to just take him down, work him down, and get that 3rd round. But I think it's just gonna be like a little too late situation, and I think Leroy Duncan's gonna get a 29-28 decision win, and yeah. But I think if Eric Anders wins, I wouldn't be shocked. But I just gotta be honest. I gotta just say my honest opinion on these fights. I think Leroy Duncan's just gonna edge it out. I don't know why he's a 5-1 favorite though, almost a 6-1 favorite. That's outrageous to me. Genuinely, it is. He should be like a 2-1. Eric Anders has a really decent chance of winning this fight, and I hope he does. But I gotta go Leroy Duncan by decision. On to the main card. Oh, this one should be a fun one. On to the main card. Miles Johns versus John Matsumoto. Saw Miles Johns fight in Tampa. Didn't have the best performance. Lost to Felipe Lima, who's pretty good. He just lost to Peyton Talbot though. Miles Johns fighting John Matsumoto, who was undefeated, fought Rob Font in Seattle, went to a split decision, who's like number 8 in the world. Matsumoto's not even ranked. It was an absolute war. Matsumoto lost. I'm going to pick Matsumoto by decision. I don't think he's going to come out here and KO Miles Johns because Miles Johns is not bad. But John Matsumoto's good, man. He's good. He has 6 wins by submission, only 3 by knockout. But he beat Brackettona in All Out War, choked out Dan Argueta. Those are his 2 UFC wins. Dan Argueta is not the best win, but yeah, not the best one. Brackettona, he's not even in the UFC anymore. Neither is Dan Argueta, so he has no wins in the current UFC. Dan Argueta retired. He was meant to fight Chris Gutierrez back in March, which thank God that fight got canceled because that was like 2 weeks after his Rob Font fight, which wouldn't have been good. I would have picked Chris Gutierrez because of that. But been a good couple months since he fought. Miles Johns was meant to fight Cody Garbrandt, I believe, back in March, which I would have probably picked Honestly, Miles Johns, bro. Cody Garbrandt is kind of cooked nowadays. Yeah, but the fight got canceled. He was meant to fight him in October and then in November. I could have swore he's meant to fight somebody in March. I guess not. But yeah, I could have sworn it was meant for the March thing in Apex. Like, I think it's fun. But yeah, I'm picking John Matsumoto. I think he's a better striker. He's taller. He's longer. Miles Jones is a short, stocky dude who has like a big overhand, but that's like the best thing he has on his feet. His boxing's alright. His leg kicks are alright. Nothing he does is good. Nothing he does like amazing. But oh, Miles Jones is an inch taller. What the hell? But yeah, John Matsumoto is damn near 26, and Miles Jones is 31. Miles Jones definitely he's 15-3. Matsumoto's 16-1 at only 25 at 26. And he has a 2.5 inch reach advantage. I think he's just gonna move a touch up Miles Johns more. I could even see him dropping Miles Johns early. Miles Johns survives, and then from there it's just John Matsumoto is able to pick the pace. I work him to clinch, I work him to his feet. I don't really see this hitting the ground. Because I think if it hits the ground, I think Miles Johns could get submitted. So I'm actually going to go 30-27 decision for John Matsumoto, just outworking him on the feet. If it does hit the ground, Miles Johns need to watch out for the arm triangles if he's on the bottom. Watch out for the guillotines if he's on top. Matsumoto has a nasty guillotine, as we saw against Dan Argueta. And I think he's going to outwork Miles Johns. I think he's going to beat him. 30-27 decision. I like Miles Johns, though. He's actually not bad. But I think John Matsumoto definitely has a big future at bantamweight. I think he could become a champion one day if he really worked on his cardio and his defense a little more. I think he could become a champion. So yeah, give me John Matsumoto by unanimous decision. Next fight: Andre Fili versus Christian Rodriguez. I actually don't know who to pick here. I really like Andre Fili. I hope he wins. I gotta go Christian Rodriguez by submission. I'm gonna go submission. So yeah, Andre Fili doesn't have good submission defense. He has good grappling defense. He's alright grappling, but like if you lock him to guillotine, if you lock him in a kind of little tight guillotine, he'll tap. He won't really try to. Sometimes he'll try to fight his way out, but not really. His last fight against Marquez Acosta, I don't know why he shot a takedown. It was the stupidest thing. It was being kind of competitive on the feet, and for whatever reason, he just shot a takedown and got locked in a guillotine and got submitted. Um, Before that, he beat Cub Swanson in a really fun fight. I believe he got fight of the night. That was a really fun fight. Before that, he got KO'd by Dan Ige. Dan Ige is good. Before that, he KO'd Luke Almeida. Before that, he lost to Nathaniel Wood. And he also lost to Joe Anderson Brito by TKO in 41 seconds. He's also fought Ross Mitchell. He's fought Charles Jourdain. He's fought Sadiq Yusuf. He's fought Michael Johnson. He's fought Calvin Kattar. He's fought Yair Rodriguez. He's fought Max Holloway. Like, he's not bad at all. He was meant to fight Clay Collard. He's fought Artem Lobov. He's fought Dennis Bermudez. Miles Jury. Daniel Pineda. He's fought some really good guys in way better competition than Christian Rodriguez fought. Christian Rodriguez last fight, he lost to Mekos Acosta as well, I believe. Yeah, he lost to Mekos Acosta like a month after Mekos beat Fili. Before that, he beat Austin Bashi. Austin Bashi just got a big submission win last weekend. Before that, he got choked out by Julian Rodriguez. He has wins over Cameron Simon and Isaac Bulgarian. Win over Raul Rosas Jr. Fought Jonathan Pierce. He won on Contender Series. So yeah, he definitely has some good wins. I mean, Raul Rosas Jr. is definitely, he missed weight, but still. Raul Rosas Jr. is kind of killing it. He's on like, what, a 5-5 win streak, 4-5 win streak. Most of them by decision, though. I think he has a couple finishes in it, but I'm going to go Christian Rodriguez by submission. Andre Fili is 35. He's up there in age. He is slowing down. His performances are unfortunately getting worse and worse. I don't like that. I mean, he's 4 inches taller and has a 3.5 inch reach, or like 2.5 inch reach advantage. So that's definitely on the side of Fili. But he's the underdog. Maybe he ekes it out, maybe, but I gotta go Christian Rodriguez on this one. I think he's just gonna be able to. I think Field's gonna have the advantage in the striking. I think he's gonna be able to touch him up with like jabs and uppercuts in the clinch. Just longer, like I just think he's gonna be able, and head kicks. I think he could land a couple some hard body body kicks, land a head kick. So yeah, I think Andre Fili is quite good, but he's up there in age, and I don't like that. And Rodriguez is only 27. He's still really young. He has some good UFC experience. I think he's gonna get done by submission, rear naked choke or guillotine. I'm gonna say guillotine because Christian Rodriguez also has a really good guillotine. I think Fili's gonna feel pressure on the feet and just shoot a takedown randomly. Christian will try. Christian should take down Fili, try to scramble. Rodriguez will end up latching up a guillotine and just get the win. Round 2 or 3. I think it's probably goes a little long. I'm gonna say round 3. I think it's gonna be like 1-1 going in the third, and Fili just scrambles, but Christian gets the better, locks him to the guillotine, and wins. Gets the guillotine in round 3. So yeah, give me Christian Rodriguez. Should be a fun fight though. I think this honestly could be a scrap. So I gotta go Christian though. He's just younger. He has the better momentum coming in. Even though the Brits coming off losses, Christian's loss looked better than Fili's did to Maguiza. So yeah. Next fight, Osman Lucindo versus Angela Hill. I don't know who to pick. Yasmin looked so bad in her last one against Amanda Lemos. She got completely outclassed. She was 17-6. Most of her wins come by KO or by decision. She has some submission losses, but she's never been knocked out. She has been submitted 3 times, which I don't like. She lost to Yasmin Yorgetti and Amanda Lemos so far in the UFC, but she's beat Carolina Kokavich, who's not a bad win. Marina Rodriguez isn't a bad win, even though she's retired now and she won by split. Poliviana, she's not that good. She got a submission because Poliana Viana sucks on the ground. So she doesn't have the best wins. I mean, Marina Rodriguez is her best win in my opinion, but fighting Angela Hill, who's 40, 18-14. But dude, she's fought a murderer's row of women, dude. 40 and a half. Like, look, fought Ketlin Souza, fought Tabitha Ricci, Denise Gomes, Mackenzie Dern, Ferna Jantarone, Amanda Lemos, Tisha Bennington, Michelle Watterson, Loma Lumbini, Claudia Gadelha, Yan Xiaonan, Courtney Casey, Nina Nunes, Jesse Andrade, Rosenami Yunus, Tisha Pennington again, Carla Esparza. Like, bro, her entire UFC, or Ariana Corlesi, most of her career is literally in the UFC. She lost most of those. Lupe Godinez, she's the winner of Lupe Godinez. So yeah, but she has some art wins. Caitlin Souza isn't a bad win, even though she also just lost last weekend. Denise Gomes isn't a bad loss. She's a good prospect. Lupe Godinez is not a bad win. Loma Lumbini is doing pretty good. She's in the rankings now. I'm actually gonna go Angela Hill by split decision. She always goes split decision. She just has razor close fights, and she's up there in age, but she's still winning over prospects. And I think this fight is kind of favorable for Angela Hill because Asmin Lucindo's grappling is all right, but so is Angela Hill. She has good takedown defense. She has good scrambling. She has good grappling on top and on bottom. And she throws a great pace. She throws a lot of output in the fights. And Yasmin, based on her last fight, sits back and just tries throwing big shots. If you do that against Angela Hill, you're gonna lose. She's gonna outwork you. She's gonna outpunch you, outkick you, outslip you, outmaneuver you, land elbows in clinch, shoot a takedown. And I think she's going to win by unanimous decision, 29-28. I think Yasmin will get the first. I think she'll be able to touch her up and take her down and work her on the ground. And I think Yasmin will have a great first round on the ground. Maybe like threaten a submission attempt. Angela survives, and it's like, damn, Yasmin's just going to win off the wrestling. And then, a minute or two in round 2, she's going to start feeling heavy. Her arms are going to start getting tired. And she's going to start throwing body kicks, calf kicks, like jumping in hooks, uppercut, a hook, just 1-2, 1-2, just throwing a bunch of punches. She's going to be able to take takedowns more, work on the clinch underneath the body. And round 2 is going to go to Hill. It's going to be 1-1. Yasmin's going to be even more tired, which she was death gassed in the third round, couldn't do anything, got beat up in the third round by Lemos. And Lemos doesn't throw that much output either. And she's kind of old. So, yeah, I think Angela Hill's going to be just piece her up in the third round, stick her jabs, 1-2, maybe even get a little cocky and, like shoot a takedown, try to ground and pound her a little bit. Maybe she gets reversed. I think Angela Hill is just going to take the last 2 rounds, especially that third round. I think that third round is going to be pretty convincing for Angela Hill. I think she's just going to tire out Yasmin Lucendo with the pace. Maybe I'm wrong, but based on Yasmin's last fight, she doesn't have good grappling. or good cardio. She's decent. She's pretty decent grappling. She doesn't have good cardio. She can't hold a high pace, and Angela Hill is going to make a slow fight. She puts output. She puts pressure. She uses a lot of cardio in her fights on her opponent, and that's why she wins because she just out cardios him and outlands him in significant. And she lands a lot of significant strikes, dude. She hits you a lot. So I'm actually going to go Angela Hill by 29-28, unanimous decision, and she's going to be in the top 9 of the division, which would be crazy at 40.5. I just like Angela Hill. She's one of my favorite female fighters, so I really hope she gets it done. I'm going to take her as the underdog. She's a plus 155 underdog. So might even throw some money on her. So give me Angela Hill. Next fight, Steve Erceg versus Ode Osborne. Says that Erceg's unranked. He is not. He's in like the top 11 of flyweight. I don't know why it says that. They're stupid. Typology's dumb. He's fighting Ode Osborne. Picking Erceg by KO. Ode is 33. Steve is 30. Ode was lose. I think he's on like a 2-fight lose streak, but he's on a 3-fight losing streak. Asil Mobayev, not a bad loss. Filo, not a bad loss. Ronaldo Rodriguez, we thought he was good, but him and freaking Ode Ode and Ronaldo had an amazing fight at UFC 306. Ode almost brutally KO'd him like twice in round 1 and got a 10-8, and then Ronaldo came back and won the last 2 rounds and somehow won like a majority decision. It was a crazy ass fight. But yeah, and then he's coming off a win over Luis Grinoldi, and I streamed. Beautiful KO. Just caught him with a perfect overhand, dropped him, ground and pound, and Mountain Lewis kind of was like, all right, I had enough, and oh, they won. But he's also fought Tyson Nam. He's fought Manel Kopp. He's fought Charles Johnson. He has a win over Charles Johnson. So yeah, he has some good wins, to be honest with you, man. I mean, he got KO'd by Tyson Nam and got KO'd by Manel Kopp. But Manel Kopp's a top-ranked contender, and Tyson Nam was in the top 15 before he retired. So yeah, he's 5-6 in the UFC, but pretty much all his losses are like, oh, okay, they're decent. Steve Erceg though came in on short notice, beat a top 15 guy. I believe it was I forget who it was. Let me check. It was David Dvorak. Came in on short notice. Fought Alessandro Costa, beat him. That's another good win. Then brutally KO'd Matt Snow. And then a couple months later, literally 2 months later, fought for the title against Pantoja. I thought he won. I thought he won. He kind of screwed himself in the 5th round, but I still thought he won. Pantoja won. Then he fought Kyle Crawford, got KO'd. And then people were like, "Damn, like, is Erceg gonna have what Dominic Reyes did? Barely lose the champion, then go downhill." Fought Brendan Moreno in Mexico. Lost. It was a banger fight. Fight of the night. It was an amazing fight, but he lost. And then he was meant to fight Alex Perez on this card. He pulled out. I think Erceg would have KO'd him. He was meant to fight Hong Sung Park. Hong Sung Park got moved to the Tyra main event. That just happened. He got choked out, so Tyra won. I think Erceg. I would have picked Erceg to beat him too, to be honest. And now he's fighting Ode. So he had Perez step down to Park, step down to Ode. I'm picking Erceg by KO in like round 1 or 2. Ode throws a lot of output, but he leaves himself open. That's why he's getting KO'd. He got flying kneed by Tyson Ham. I believe he's also jumping kneed by Manel and got KO'd like that. So he's susceptible to flying knees, obviously. And yeah, I think Erceg's just gonna clip him with a clean overhand. Like Oda's gonna try rushing in, just eat an overhand, and get dropped. I think Erceg could get a performance bonus. He's 7-0 on the recent. He's 3-3 in the UFC. But yeah, he's never been submitted. I think it's a really favorable fight for Steve Erceg, and I think they should rebook the Alex Perez fight after this. So yeah, give me Steve Erceg by KO, round 1 to 2. Like Ode, I actually really like him. He's cool, always in fun fights. But yeah, I gotta go Steve. Steve is just way better on the feet, better on the ground, better cardio, better fight IQ, and I think this is just a favorable fight for Steve Erceg. He's a -400 favorite, so yeah, he's a 4-1 favorite. I gotta go Steve by KO for the co-main event. Main event time. Roman Dolidze versus Anthony Hernandez. I've actually been going back and forth on this one. Anthony Hernandez, dude, he's a problem with the cardio. Fought Michel Pereira last October in the main event. Just broke him, bro. Broke him after round 1. Beat him, beat him, beat him, beat him. 10-8 rounds. And then eventually TKO'd him around 5 on the ground. He submitted, what's his name? Submitted Roman Kopylov. Choked him out. He was meant to fight Roman Dolidze back in June of 2024. Fight got canceled. He was meant to fight Ekram Oxera. That fight got canceled. So yeah, Chris Curtis fight with him got canceled. He was meant to fight Dragis Duplessis back in 2022. That fight got canceled. But he has a submission win over Marc-Andre Barrio, a TKO win over Edmund Shabazian. He guillotined Rodolfo Vieira, which is absolutely insane. He has a win over Young Park. That's a great win by Anaconda. Beat Brendan Allen on the regionals. But he did get KO. He did get submitted in his UC debut, and then and then he did get KO'd in 39 seconds by Kevin Holland. But those are his only two losses in the UFC. His last fight, he fought Brendan Allen again, beat him again by decision, and he's a problem. The cardio is a problem. He's fighting Roman Dolidze, who's not bad either. Roman was KOing people on the way up to the rankings. I mean, brutally KO'd Phil Hawes, TKO'd Jack Hermanson, put him in a calf slicer and just beat him down. And yeah, he's never been finished. Yeah, he has a loss to Nasruddin Imavov by majority decision. That fight was so bad. Oh my God, that was like one of the worst main events I've ever seen. Lost to Marvin Vittori. So he was on a 2-fight losing streak, and then he fought Anthony Smith back in June 2024. Another really stinker fight, but he won. Then he got a rib injury, win over Kevin Holland, and then he just beat Marvin Vittori in a rematch in a main event. Actually, in a really fun fight. I really liked the fight. It was a war. He won by decision. I thought he clearly won as well. Brendan Allen also beat Marvin Vittori, so like just a couple weeks ago. So yeah, fun fight. I'm picking Anthony Hernandez by decision. I think this fight will be fun on the feet. I should think this fight will be a scrap on the feet, but I think Anthony is going to be able to take him down and work him in the ground on the later rounds. Roman doesn't slow down, but he kind of does. It's not like a round 4 or 5 because, bro, he was in there round 4 or 5 scrapping with Vittori, clipping him, hitting him with hard body shots, knees in the body, uppercuts. He was piecing him up, but Marvin was also cracking the overhands, cracking him with clean jabs, jab head, jab body, overhand, jab body, hooks. It was all out war. I don't think Hernandez can do that. I think Roman could chin. I think he could sleep Anthony Hernandez. If Anthony Hernandez does that and stands and scraps, I think Roman could put him out and just clip him. Like, they exchange punches and clips him, gets the better. I'm going to go Anthony Hernandez, 49-46 decision, unanimous. I think Roman will win a round, probably round 4, like round 4 or 5, one of the later rounds. Or, like, I just think he'll win around. Round 3. I'll say round 3. I think in the middle, Anthony, he'll be up 2. Roman will get around. It's like, oh, Roman's bounced back, and then he'll just lose the next 2. Anthony will start to pick up the pace again, start taking him down, working him on the ground with the elbows. His mean elbows on the ground. I think he could lock Roman in an arm triangle. We could be like, oh my God, he's going to submit Roman. Roman survives, rolls through, gets on top. Anthony gets back on top, and it's just scramble fest on the feet, they touch each other jabs. Roman is kind of getting the better with the calf kicks and the knees and the clinch. Especially the body. If Roman commits to the body, I think he could win. If he's in that clinch, knee in the body, uppercut the body, elbow, and then going back to the body, he could win. He could gas Anthony, just hitting him in the body and working him. And even like on the ground, trying to get a guillotine, trying to work him, make Anthony think a little more. Then it's a more winnable fight for Roman. But I think Anthony's pressure is just too much. Just the fact he walks forward, slip, 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 walk forward, take him down. You get up, he takes you back and down. You get up, he takes you back and down, beats you more, beats you more. You get up and around, you're like, holy crap. Like, all right. Every fight starts with feet. Next round. Boom, boom, boom. You exchange punches. He touches you with jab. You try backing off. He shoots a wild double leg. You somehow get taken down. You get back up. He gets a body lock. Drags you back down. Gets an ankle pick. Drags you back down. Gets a body lock. Hip toss. It's nonstop with Anthony Hernandez. And I think Roman is just not going to be able to handle it, especially round 5. It's round 5. You already fought 20 minutes. You are starting to slow down. Anthony's right there, still in your face, jabbing you. 1, 2. You try to throw a counter shot. He shoots a double leg. You guys are against the cage. He doesn't get it. Cool. He'll reattach the body lock, drag you down, elbow, elbow, try to get an arm bar, elbow, elbow, arm triangle. He just works you. Sorry, that was a lot, but yeah, he just works you over and over and over and over until he breaks you. He just breaks everybody, even Brendan Allen. In that third round, Brendan Allen had success, but Anthony was still breaking him. He lost the round, but he was still breaking Allen, even though he was losing the round. So yeah, I gotta go Anthony Hernandez, 49-46 decision. 49-46 unanimous, and then I think he could get a top 5 bonus, something like that. I think this will be the biggest win of his career, the Roman Dolidze, because Roman Dolidze is on fire right now on a win streak. So, yeah, just got to go Anthony Hernandez. But yeah, that is my UFC Vegas 109, I believe, 109 predictions. Dolidze versus Hernandez. Appreciate y'all watching. Sorry I just yapped a lot in that main event, but yeah, appreciate y'all watching. Let me know in your comments. Let me know in the comments your predictions. who you think's gonna win, who you think I'm wrong about, and I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.